The U.S. Chamber of Commerce said in a statement today that they welcome the China tariff agreement, but point out this. Tariffs are much higher overall than they were at the beginning of the year, and many businesses, especially small businesses, are dealing with growing costs and disruptions. I want to bring in NBC's Jacob Soboroff, who is live at the port of Long Beach in California. Jacob, it is one of the busiest ports. Tell us, what are you seeing? What do we need to know?
Not a whole lot, Steph. Unfortunately for people here at the Port of Long Beach and Los Angeles, the busiest port complex in the United States of America, responsible for a significant amount of the economic engine of our entire country. You would think that on this day of this trade announcement and tariff announcement, there would be jubilation here, but I spent much of the day with the CEO of the port, Mario Cordero, who I know you've spoken with as well, with Congressman Robert Garcia, who used to be the mayor here in Long Beach and knows this place inside and out, could close his eyes and tell you how many cranes are behind me, what's happening at the Long Beach container terminal right behind me. We were out on a boat in the harbor. You're looking at some of that right now. There was only one ship at one of the busiest incoming terminals from China today. Another one eventually came in. But what they're saying to me here is uncertainty is the name of the game at this point, because those 90 days both could bring a significant amount of incoming traffic, but it could also lead to a significant backlog of ships like we saw during COVID. Hundreds of them, or 100 plus of them, stacked up out into the Pacific Ocean. It could also mean, as you've been talking about tonight, a lot of front loading of goods. Those tariffs are still going to remain in place, which are going to affect the economy, which are going to affect jobs if you work backwards here for the longshoremen and the truck drivers and law enforcement and the operations people here. It's a big chain reaction of economic trouble, quite frankly. And while you might think that it was lifted a little bit today, that's not how they're feeling here at the port.
Jacob, thank you for staying such a long day for us. I sincerely appreciate it. You know, we've talked a lot about how big companies are able to weather these high tariffs. But small businesses, they are going to be impacted. And by impacted, I mean hurt the most. So to get a better understanding of this, I want to bring in Jennifer Bergman, owner of Westside Kids Toy Store here in Manhattan. Jennifer, the last time you and I spoke was during COVID, because you were experiencing extreme pain because of the supply chain issues. And now here we are. Explain to us what all of these tariffs mean for your business.
Oh, my gosh, I can't even begin. I think this whole strategic uncertainty is just completely destabilizing the system and the supply chain that we depend upon.
But day to day, help us. Take us to your toy store.
Yeah, so we are struggling to buy the product that we need, that our vendors are saying that they're not bringing it in. I mean, of course today, because everything changed from 145% to 30%. I'll be getting emails left and right tomorrow and then going forward. But a lot of my manufacturers have ceased producing. Fall collections have been canceled. My prices have already gone up 30%. My customers are already questioning how expensive stuff is. I do have customers that are saying they're going to stock up and buy from us. But, you know, we're already competing with the internet, and it's just one more thing on our plate, and it's really, really hard, if not impossible, to plan.
That's what I want to talk about. You're already competing with the internet, with big, huge retailers. I just spoke to one tonight that said these tariffs are cumbersome, but they figured out how to work the sophisticated supply chain. And what will likely happen is they're going to end up eating more smaller businesses.
Exactly. I mean, they have deep pockets. They can plan ahead. We are just now bringing in product for the summer. Not even fourth quarter. I mean, I'm hoping to be able to put together some dating orders going forward. But right now, I'm just looking to the end of the month to make sure that I have product on my shelves.
So when the president said, well, American kids are just going to have to make do, what was it, with less toys, with 2 dolls. How did you feel? Like, what was your reaction the morning you heard that?
Well, a couple things. One, most kids don't have 30 dolls. There are a lot of kids that only have 2 dolls, and they're lucky to have 2 dolls. And if the prices go up, they may not even get those 2 dolls. So, and the other thing is that I've already almost sold out of all my dolls. So even if a parent can afford to buy that doll, my toy manufacturers actually had stopped bringing stuff in. And, you know, if he thinks that strollers and dolls and toys aren't important, then he really didn't spend any time with his kids.
How do you run a business with all of this uncertainty?
It's scary. It's incredibly frustrating. It's exhausting. I have been totally honest with my staff. I've reduced their hours, but I'm also very honest with them about what's going on. I've been talking to my customers. You know, I get on my soapbox as often as I can, and I'm not going to shy away from telling people the truth and that, you know, but it's hard. It's scary. I don't know what's going to happen.
Explain that soapbox for a second, because you and I met during COVID.
Yeah.
Lots of the businesses whose stories we told during COVID, we've spoken to again, and they're struggling in a big way.
Yeah.
But you were the only one who said, I'd like to come on television and talk about it.
Yeah.
That is extraordinary to me.
That more people won't speak about it.
Yes. What are your peers telling you?
I totally agree with you. I was shocked that more people weren't willing to speak either. I know that people are afraid. I think that we're living in a country today that is really in a completely different place than we were used to a year ago. I don't understand it. I want people to get on their soapbox. I was raised to get up on that soapbox and speak my mind and tell people what's wrong and how we need to fix it and what we need to do and to stand up for everybody. But most people are afraid to do it. I have a friend whose husband has a green card, and he was in England, and she couldn't be on TV a couple of days ago. They may have stopped him at the airport, you know? This is America we're talking about. So I don't know. I mean, we do need to speak up. We need to speak out, and we need to fix this.
If things stay exactly as they are tariff-wise, and it comes next Christmas, what will your store look like?
At 30%, I will have inventory. I will be struggling even more against the big guys, Amazon and Target and all of those guys. And I can't eat that. I cannot absorb that cost. I cannot absorb it. My customers will have to pay more money for it. It may be my last Christmas.